The only thing that can fuck someone up with the kind of level of talent you have is lack of patience. And lack of patience just comes from insecurity. That means doing it for someone else.
Attention is the #1 asset.
Big Gary, not the
My guy. What's good?
So baby, you good?
Man,
Nice to
good.
meet you,
Pleasure
man.
to meet you.
Such
I've
a
been
pleasure, Donald.
listening to you last night
Thank you.
on your Instagram. On the same values.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, man.
What's good? Pleasure.
Number 5.
Number 5 is the jam.
What's up, bro?
What's
For
up?
me too.
Is that true, that number?
Correct.
No way. Tell me.
I told my aunt growing up, and I grew up on the south side of Chicago. Well, I'm actually from Jamaica, but
You were born there?
I was born there, but I was raised in Chicago and Memphis.
How old were you when you went to Chicago?
2 months.
Oh, really
2
young.
months old, yeah. So I spent from there till I was 11. But it's funny that you said it because I told my aunt when I was 5 years old, sitting at her kitchen table. So Auntie, when I grow up, I'm not gonna work for anybody. I'm gonna work for myself. Just by watching all the different things that I grew up seeing and how difficult it was for them to be able to, you know, have children, raise children, and do all those types of things, and still having to work for other people and the way in which they treated you and all those types of stuff. So I basically formatted myself to make sure that I stayed on that path, and I own several businesses. I work for myself.
I love it.
And the same thing I'm trying to teach him and the rest of our crew.
I'm a huge fan of you too.
Thank you, my dude.
Work on Instagram.
Thank you, my guy.
That's how you educate people.
The feeling's mutual, my man. You got real talent.
Thank you, man.
And I see how you're moving. It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Now I understand. Real talk. It is what your foundations are. It's amazing, bro. You're really in a moment too. Like this thing's gonna work. This boot's gonna work. Your career's already working. How old are you now?
I'm 21. And I appreciate that. I've been needing to hear it. You said the boot gonna work.
Bro, that's huge.
That's dope, man. I feel like it's all about, you know, just being in your waiting season. Praying every day, just standing on your morals and just waiting to, you know, your fruits of labor come. I feel like 2023, God was briefly like giving me the appetizer. And now 2024 is like, I know exactly how I need to do it, when I need to do it.
And wait till I tell you this. You're gonna wake up in 2028 and you're gonna laugh at this video. Here's why. At 25, I was like, I know exactly, and I did. I built businesses, I was killing it. But then when I was 30, I was like, damn, 2025 me didn't know shit. And like when I sit here at 40, like I love hearing that, and it's true. You're gonna annihilate this year. You already are, you're off to a great start. But
You know what's so funny? When we first got into business, we made a list. You remember that? We made a list of all the things that we want to do and we want to accomplish by a certain time frame. And we're gradually checking all those right off of the list.
And let me tell you something right now.
She was one of them.
I love that. And bro, on some real shit, it's a blessing when you don't check off some of those at the exact age. Because that pressure of like, I gotta do this by this, it's good. There's ambition in it. It's always great to have a plan. That's always right. But giving yourself that grace when you don't hit this thing and you hit it 3 years later or 7. The only thing that can fuck someone up with the kind of level of talent you have, and now I understand like the real support system, the framework, is lack of patience. You know, and lack of patience just comes from insecurity. That means doing it for someone else. Right?
Yeah.
Like, who you proven to besides yourself? When you're with yourself, you got your whole life to do it. And what's crazy is when we were growing up, it seemed like what you're doing was a young man's game. You got fuckers out here 50 years old, still making shit happen we pay attention to, battling each other and shit. So you got crazy time. You know?
Yeah, man. It's funny too, cause like, you know, planning always, like me, I've never been the best planner. Like I could plan, but you know, sometimes things just go how God wanted to go. But,
He's got the actual plan.
Yeah, he does. It was funny though, I was 15 and I made a 5-year plan with self. Like I made a promise to myself, you know, when I was under oath with the Most High, I was pretty much saying like where I wanted to be in 5 years by the time I'm 20. I was at I was at the time in my life where I knew I was 15, and I knew like, okay, if I don't get my shit together now, I may be leading down a road that's not, you know, best for me. And you know, it was a lot of days I felt I wasn't being the best child to, you know, give my mama the best piece.
Of course.
So, you know, I sat down with
myself. That's part of the 15-year-old journey, though.
Yeah.
There's a part of that.
Mm-hmm. I sat down with myself. I didn't tell anybody this. I just made like a plan with myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bet on me in 5 years. I'm going to see where it can take me and see can I, you know, relieve her of all the stress and the tears I've already gave her when I was that age.
Give her happy tears now instead.
And I made a 5-year plan at 15, and you know, I crushed it and then some in a year. You know, so by you know that next year when I turned 16, I ended up blowing up and stuff. So,
bro, I've seen it. You know, obviously we watch. We're moving the way we're moving. It's been a joy to watch you build. You got real talent. You got real talent.
Appreciate it, man.
What are y'all thinking about now? Anything top of mind? I mean, the shoe's gonna go crazy. That's already done. You've already done the work. Like that shit's gonna go crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you also
even the video we just did yesterday is gonna. I'm super excited about that. It's real dope.
Yep, it's gonna be fire.
We're basically looking at ways to add to what we've already done on our own to have the bigger picture around just like people like yourself and like tired of coming in to help.
Yeah. The good news is that's exactly right. It's always people. I would say this. First, me, Tyler, Boyd, like we're 24/7 available. I DM'd you yesterday to say what's up. Like you can hit us up anytime. Like for real. That's how we roll. Two, what I'm always gonna wanna know is what you would like to happen and why. Too many people don't ask the why. We wanna do this. That makes sense. Like I know the 30 things you might be thinking about. They're all the things we all know.
I mean, the most important why to me is to help other people.
Well, great. Then you need to keep doing exactly what you're doing. Keep making content at scale because you're a good fucking kid, but you're cool as fuck to all of them. And it's just like what I try to do. Like once I realized, I'm like, oh fuck, people fuck with me like that. Like let me pump real good shit in these kids while they think I'm cool. You know what I mean? And you have such a voice and such an opportunity. That's just you communicating.
Yeah. Easy money.
I agree. And by the way, that's the selfless part of you, and I love you for that. Mm-hmm. And you should, like every other human, have the selfish part. You're trying to build shit. Mm-hmm. And as those come along, you know, I'm in a very fortunate spot, and you'll meet others that are as well, like happy to point you in the right direction, introduce you to the right people. But the thing I'm gonna wanna know is like, why do you wanna do your own beverage? Why do you wanna be in real estate? Like, you know, like there's always money, there's building. I like that, I'm an entrepreneur. To me, it's like sports, right? Business like sports. Like why? I don't know. Why would you play basketball and not try to score 80 points in a game? Like why not? But I think where you will win is when you really like love it enough that you like force it through. Too many people try to diversify or build up or build their empire, but they're doing it because they think it's the right thing to do.
We mostly do things that feel right and that's,
love it.
And that lines with
Stay in there. Stay in there.
That lines with our character.
Yeah.
So for instance, I was real big on community service, philanthropy work. We've started a nonprofit organization. We do a lot of things with kids and children. He did an NLE Choppa reading challenge.
I saw that.
School and helped the school get off the failing list, and now they're considered a reward school. And they read over 41 million words last year.
Love. It's beautiful. That stuff I've been seeing from afar and hearing it you articulate, it makes a lot of sense. My reference is like, there's gonna be so many business opportunities in front of you. Pick stuff that like, I'll use real estate because it's one that comes up a lot.
She's a great realtor.
Yeah, beautiful. So even
60-some properties.
To me, that means you like it and it's interesting to you. I see a lot of people are like, I'm gonna do real estate because it's smart. I'm like, real estate is smart, but do you love it? Because if you love fashion, you're gonna spend 18 hours a day trying to build a fashion brand, whereas with real estate, you might hand that off to a person. So that's the stuff I'm talking about. You know what I mean? The stuff that you fuck with.
Chasing the money.
Yeah, and being real creative, like it's cliche to like music, sports, you know, like food, fashion, but there might be some random ass shit that you really fuck with that's like left field and it's not popping yet, but you have the platform and the communication ability to make it pop.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I'll give you mine. I was passionate about going garage selling and buying shit and flipping it. That shit wasn't cool, but it was real to me and I made those videos and I knew it could help people and then it became cooler. But it was in me. And bro, you're in the beginning of your journey. She's young, let alone you. You know? So you guys, I'm so happy for y'all. I'm really around. I live for this. I love seeing people winning and building. Yeah, I really live for it. Plus I fuck with the sound heavy.
Thank you.
Bro, you really got talent.
Thank you.
Really.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, hit me up anytime. I mean it. Let's get a couple photos, mama.